Center for Environment Justice, CEJ, is a non-governmental organization in Zambia established in 2010. Its mandate is to create platforms and processes that promote community access to quality and accurate information on environmental protection, extractive industries, sustainable energy, climate change, water security, and agriculture. Its ultimate aim is to enhance accountability for better policy decision-making and supporting safe and adaptive environment as basic fundamental human right to having a better and prosperous livelihoods. Under the water security thematic, in highlighting the current state of water access challenges in rural communities, CEJ has embarked on a documentary series, Clean Water for All. The documentaries seek to exemplify content and narratives of practices and conditions in rural communities of Zambia. If Zambia is to address these challenges and still achieve universal and equitable water access for all by 2030, as outlined in the SDG 6, there must be accelerated efforts to increase water use efficiency, reduce water stress, and ensure available sustainable water for all. During various expeditions in Chirundu District, Southern Province, a fact-finding mission with key stakeholders from Germany, CEJ was availed to some serious environmental issues pertaining to water access in Chirundu District. The CEJ team, led by Executive Director Maggie Mwape and the Programs Officer Mr. Ricky Kalaluka, visited 2 wards in Chirundu District, namely Musaya and Ingombe Ilede.
From our observation, the water situation in Chirundu is very worrying because the communities are walking kilometers to access the nearest water point, which is not even safe for human consumption. And the most unfortunate part is that the communities are actually sharing these water points with the livestock like cows, pigs, and goats. So for us, we think that as much as the communities are able to find alternatives, it is government's obligation to ensure that every citizen has got access to safe and clean water. For Chirundu, maybe what needs to be done is that we need to invest in rainwater technologies because when you look at that area, there's too much groundwater contamination.
In these 2 wards, the team learned that water insecurity in Chirundu District is among the top priority needs for development in the district. Community members in the district have clearly indicated that water is no longer a problem, but an emergency which requires emergency relief response. The community leaders in Musaya ward informed CEJ team that about 4,000 people use one well which is drying up. Women and girls have to queue up in shifts from morning until midnight just to fetch for water. Pregnant women walk long distances of over 10 kilometers just for water at this point. Young people, women and the old-aged women also come to queue for water, and the queuing lasts up to midnight. Consequently, this water crisis is further exacerbated by health issues that mushroom as a result of poor water quality which the local communities utilize for domestic use, that is, cooking and drinking.
Ndiriranka ya menda, ndiriranka ya jigoro, ndiriranka ya kliniki. Chobe ni vana chibali badalu guno, gumusaya wadi. Guzwago guno gwenda 6 kilometers, mwana ingatana kwani.
Menda ayo mbutu yanda, mtuna batupangira damu. Amanu amana kupanga damu, tulomba bya kwamba uti batugwerere mai mapipe kuzaoka fiweliva. Paka kubolo guno wazemba batubikire katuteka atuswe mu mapompi.
Tulipenge debya maningi. Wabona bana bonse bali mu muno muzi tabajiberegipe. Bakama kunyamuna menda kuzwa oko kaziba moyo ko nata mukuhiku kaziba moyo oko kumalunto oku ko bateka lino so bamwe so balala ini kumusayo kani amenda kuno tulipengete please mutu gwahe.
Furthermore, these water challenges are not excluded to domestic use only, but agriculture and livestock rearing as well. Therefore, due to water scarcity in the district, coupled with the impacts of climate change, there is a growing issue of food insecurity that requires urgent response from all concerned stakeholders to help curb this and the other aforementioned challenges.
Penzi ya kutariga oguno kwa Sigongo tunyina damu ng'ombe kuti yabona muntu ugishimungwa mu amende ete kumutandu ya kutiga kunywe menda ayo so twalombe ya kuti akakabunga kabereka janguzu ujatikia damu
menda atushupa maningi mpongo tahijisi kwa gunywa ang'ombe alimu twalikulomba kuti maboho ahule gutegwa tujane aguli majishu atuseka tujitambulimbu jitabe magutola nao ku tauni kujirundu utegwa hintu hitubirego katujana mali kuhyonto
inokulombo yakweso muri bana Sigongo migodi mulatu gwahira muri bakanso kubamba pesika indiganina alimwi mapepe ndi zabwaruka mutika kulikirako hega gukuyamenda mugafuwe gutora kurusaga twalomba kuti hulumende itubikire mapepe kuza mu Zambezi gutwetera kwa Sigongo tonse gatukwana menda abanyama besu.
The water crisis gets even more terrifying in Ingombe Ilede ward. Community members, that is young people and women, reported that they walk more than 10 kilometers to get the only accessible but seemingly dry Siakupu Dam. About 6,000 households collect water from this dam, which is also a water point for animals such as cattle, goats and pigs. This poses a huge risk on the community members, especially now that waterborne diseases are on the rise during this hot wet season.
For example, last month, 2 months. Tuba mwitwaka kumuga muga kulima tako chaka chitwape no tolukulomba mfulumende abulimi awo guti irrigation ibole kambo biyo bunyina nzilembe jitunga twapulumuga unze kwa irrigation or ma garden
mwakubona kujurumbuli mbugu bete nkuyuma oyu mwaka ngatula utola biyo imu 2019 aligalo yakaba kupenga bantu bakapenga imbuli mbono ziyakafuka maningi 2019 pona aono mwaka 2021 ubecho lwachalo chatusetuka bamfulumende no turumba wambo zeni mfulumende basaka gachu aitubikire byakabo tukabotu takoliko kuna kolo masiwo masana wonse amwe wonse imvula myata chitaka botu tulombo teka gachu ibatole lubazu
imenda okuno tatujisipe ima paipi aleta menda mumizi tawe mapaipi pentushonto chakuti mlindiswe mbuli wa mumuzi mwa mazulu tunyina mendo ololo mwepe tuchitakuteka kupompo kuliba meyo nkututeka kunyina menda pe inoni wali kutinga mwatugwasirizya mbuli menda olo mbuli mukutako mvulo obuso twakonza kulipangira olo magadeni akuli mazishu.
It is for this reason that CEJ intends to highlight through this documentary the water scarcity challenges in Chirundu District and the resulting consequences on health and food security.
Twaliguyanda kuti hulumende mugigana ne kuti twaliguyanda laini yesubi atubana jirindi noti ndako kubanga basika babobola menda tasigo kuno pe twaliguyanda kuti na mfulumende itu kwase tubana jirindi mupenzeri bamayi parati joguno magana amanzi
kulima report ya kwamba kuti nubantu mutashangi nubantu mutachitibuti kambuga buyohu ibwa kulanganya climate change kulanganya kwa ngula bwende kwa ngulambo ibede so mujimejo tukede buzibuzibu jino jindi wakugamba abantu tabagushi so amutubikire makanalo ayo makanalo atakwanisha kuti each and every community member ulakwanisha kuti ngola jana jagulya gwinda mu tuma garden gwinda tuma irrigations so mujimejo mula jana kuti olo tukatwimba climate change the other party it will be advantage kuti nabantu bajanika upikula makanalo.
Chirundu District Administrative Officer Oniu Jia highlights the water situation in Chirundu District.
Water is a very big issue in Chirundu District. First of all, is because we are in the valley, we receive very little rainfall, and so we discover that even when you try boreholes, the water table is just too far. We have a lot of dry boreholes, and the water underground in most cases is salt water. In some areas actually that water people are not able to use it. And the problem is not only in the rural parts of the district, even in the township. The water plant that we are using was meant for a very small community. But over the years, that plant has become too small for the big population now. So what it produces is actually just about half the demand for the population. So it's a real problem which requires urgent solutions.
Chirundu Town Council Secretary Laura Munkanta has also welcomed the project in Chirundu by CEJ.
Environmental concerns are being incorporated in our plans. We've got a strategic plan which is running from 2018 to 2022, and some of the pointers in the plan such as advocating for the need to harness potential in solar energy, water recycling, investment in green development such as fish farming and other sustainable environmental activities. So all these have been incorporated into our plan. And then to scale down, as a local authority, we also develop our annual plans. And these annual plans are incorporating a number of environmental activities that are helping in mitigating the issues that we are facing of climate change, which is also leading to shortage in water.
CEJ Board Chairman Vincent Ziba added his voice.
Chirundu is a case that we will demonstrate more, and what is unique also about Chirundu is the project is also going to look at social inclusiveness and targeting people with disabilities to participate in community actions. This is rarely talked about, but you know, vulnerabilities to climate change at various levels, and even human well-being, you know, people with able-bodied and disabled, we have different means, and our resilient actions will definitely be different. So SEG is trying to demonstrate there, how can we include the disabilities that are usually left out, access to clean water, access to energy, and many other climate change parameters.
Chief Chipepo of the Tonga people of Chirundu and Siavonga districts has taken personal interest in the execution of the Dika project in Chirundu.
There is evaporation. The trees exchange, the water comes and things like that. There is that cycle. But where will we get that cycle in Ngombered? It's a desert. So this ministry, working with your people under climate change, you have to put more money here.
With concerted efforts, CEJ is keen to ensure that the water situation in Chirundu district in Southern province improves. Water availability will also positively impact health of people, livestock, and biodiversity in general. Women and girls will also spend more time on productive activities. The situation in Chirundu district in Southern province is evidence that climate change is manifesting itself. This calls for joint efforts in adaptation to climate change and taking action to avoid a worse situation.
Tubola